Så, hej och välkomna till dagens presskonferens inför starten av Superserien 2015. Fantastiskt roligt att vi till slut har nått fram till den här dagen och att vi till helgen får njuta av Superseriefotboll igen. Jag heter Minette Rogner och är ny förbundsordförande sedan den 21 mars. Jag kommer tidigare från början kom jag från Min Machine som lagledare och suttit i förbundsstyrelsen sedan 2011. Roligt att se så många här, jätteroligt. Jag tänker att vi ska passa på också och ge ett varmt tack till Uppsala stad för att vi får vara här och spela vår SM-final här. Och med det så vill jag lämna över till dig.
Tack.
Varsågod.
Ja, det här är alltså inte ett system som hör så mycket här utan det är för inspelningen. Hello, my name is Thomas Bjorn and I have the honor to try to stage this afternoon and we'll divide it into 3 parts. First of all, introduce with people from representatives from Uppsala kommun in Swedish, and then we'll go over to introduce with the coaches in English, and we'll take you 3 and 3, and from the bottom of last Superseriens serie last year. So please, Mr. Rickard Malmström, welcome up from Uppsala kommun.
Thank you.
A big hand.
Tack. Ja. Tack så mycket. Jag har blivit ombedd att ta det här på svenska. Tack för att ni vill tacka för att ni har fixat det här åt Uppsala, skulle jag vilja säga. Vart tog det vägen? Tack för att ni har ordnat det. Det här är ju en jättegrej för Uppsala som jag ser det. Jag har ju blivit lite grann under min korta karriär som kommunalråd så har jag nog blivit känd för den som vurmar för bredden på eliten. Och inte bara vill se de här stora sporterna växa utan jag vill se hela Uppsalas idrottsliv faktiskt växa. Och visa att vi har elit på bredden. En idrott blir inte större bara för att den har stor publik i mina ögon. Utan en idrott blir stor av stora idrottsutövare som gör bra grejer på planen, på löparbanorna, på vad det nu kan vara. På vattnet, i kanot eller vad man nu kan göra. I skogen när man orienterar. Så att det är inte antalet som tittar som gör idrottsupplevelsen större egentligen. Det är ju det för att de som tittar, det är inte något fel i det. Men jag tycker att det är jätteviktigt att värna även de sporter som kämpar för att ha publik överhuvudtaget. Och ni har ju en hel del publik. Jag säger inte att ni är utan publik, men ni är inte den största publikdragaren i Sverige. Men vi är jätteglada att ni har fixat det här. Ja, men det visar ju att faktiskt Uppsala är en idrottsstad på bredden. Vi har inte de här stora SM-finalerna i de stora publikidrotterna. Men när det gäller andra idrotter så vill vi absolut vara med. Och det är jätteviktigt tycker jag.
Studenternas IP går snart i graven. Det här är de sista evenemangen, 6 september. Ny arena, varför?
Det är inte de sista evenemangen. Vi kommer att ha mängder av evenemang i framtiden. Så att, i den... Ja, precis. Ja, precis. Vi kommer ju satsa på att förnya studenternas på ett intressant sätt, hoppas vi, för många idrotter. Och visst, det är kanske det sista som händer innan det sista stora evenemanget innan vi ser spadarna gå i marken där, det stämmer.
Hur blir arenan? Berätta kort. Kommer man ligga på samma ställe?
Ja, det kan man undra. Vi har ju ett stort utredningsarbete för att få fram ett slutgiltigt förslag när det gäller det här. Det vi vet och det vi är säkra på, det vi faktiskt har som tydlig inriktning, det är att det ska bli en riktigt snygg arena som är öppen. Inte bara för de som ska spela elitfotboll utan även de som bara vill vara där och sparka och leka. Vi ska ju ha en anläggning som är öppen i princip dygnet runt så att så länge det är ljust och lamporna är på så räknar vi med att det kommer vara idrott där på olika sätt.
Bra, då tackar vi Rickard Malmström för det här och säger välkommen till Jonas Ekebacke.
Men tack än en gång för att ni har fixat det här. Tack.
Jonas från Destination Uppsala, vad innebär det?
Destination Uppsala är stadens marknadsbolag kan man säga. Vi marknadsför Uppsala utåt sett i landet. Kort.
Vad betyder att SM-finalen kommer tillbaka hit?
SM-finalen är ju ett av de varumärken man vill förknippas med inom amerikansk fotboll. Och vi har haft fördelen att ha haft flera finaler tidigare och vi ska ju också haft student-VM förra året. Så att Uppsala har ju blivit något slags av Sveriges mesta amerikanska fotbollsstad kan vi säga.
Vad betyder idrotten för att få hit människor som besökare och boende?
Uppsala har ju en tradition av att vara en stark mötesstad och idrottsevenemangen, när möten sker, då sker de under vardagar. Och idrottsevenemangen sker oftast under helgerna, vilket gör att vi har en bra infrastruktur för att ta hand om alla och så pass får vi att hela besöksnäringen då växer. Och det är väl det idrottsevenemangen ska göra.
Vad är din egen relation till amerikansk fotboll?
Jag har spelat med den ganska mycket de senaste åren. När jag var med i organisationskommittén för student-VM så fick jag lära mig sporten. Så nu är jag en inbiten NFL-fantast och ska väl köpa mig ett säsongskort här nu på studenternas.
Karriär på äldre dag?
Det kan inte bli en karriär på äldre dagar. Nej.
Någonting du vill tillägga?
Nej, det är fantastiskt att vi ska inte ta någon cred från 86ers på något sätt, utan det är 86ers som gör springjobbet och vi ger de bästa möjliga förutsättningar vi bara kan och så att det är 86ers som ska ha tacken för att de ska komma hit.
Det finns annan fotboll i Uppsala också, Sirius, men det är amerikansk fotboll som gäller, har vi förstått.
Ja.
Ja, bra. Tack så mycket för det. Then we switch to English and an applaud for Jonas, please. And I say welcome up with the coaches from Limhamn Griffins, Stockholm Mean Machines and Västerås Roedeers.
We had challenges last year moving up from the Division 1 to the Super Series. We knew it was going to be an uphill battle. The great thing about this league, and I've coached in different countries, is this is a competitive league throughout. There's not a poor team in the league. They're all well coached. There's all good players, and you really have to get all the way through your 10-game schedule, and hopefully not have injuries and that kind of stuff that sets you back. We got better as the season went on, and that's really why I came back. Is the board has a great plan. We sat down, we talked about midway through the season, how are we going to improve this? They got on board with what the plan was. Our youth programs are going really well right now. I think we have 30 in our Pee-wees. We ended the year last year with 45. So we got a great little push coming from underneath. Our coaches are doing a great job at all the levels. So I'm very excited to be back for the second season.
It sounds like you're going to be here the 6th of September.
That's what we're hoping. We're going to every game expecting to win every game.
Anything special you have been practicing on during the winter that you need to do better last year?
Yeah, we need to do everything better than we did last year. We spent a lot of time working on our weaknesses. We went through all the films, we found our weaknesses. We either improved it with players or we improved it with technique. So we spent a lot of time doing both. And our guys have taken it very seriously. You know, we have a very good core group of guys that are there for the long haul. And I think we can build around those guys. And we brought in a couple people to help us out. But overall, I'm really happy on the way we've been working up to this point. We're just ready to hit somebody else. I mean, we're tired of hitting ourselves and doing that kind of stuff. We didn't get a scrimmage or anything before the first game this weekend. So we're excited just to get it started.
Eventually, of the new guys, anyone you want to market a little better than the other?
No, not really. We're going to go at this as a team, and we're not as individuals. We're not looking for accolades. Our team has really done a good job of competing this offseason. The offense against the defense, it's been competitive at practice, mainly because our offensive line and our defensive line have gotten so much better that there's a lot of competition, and we feel good about that. And so there's not when we go one-on-one, you know, we do have a couple guys that are superior, but when you get in team is all that matters. And our team atmosphere and our team enthusiasm is way higher than it's ever been. So we're excited to see where that takes us.
Good luck. Mean Machines? A brief summary of last year?
I'm going to slide you.
Well, actually, I have no idea what happened last year with the Mean Machines. I wasn't with them.
Okay, so what have you heard about last year?
I heard they weren't very good. No, I was coaching U19 last year, and I haven't seen a Super Series game in 2 years, so I really can't tell you what the Mean Machines are like. So I'm starting this from the ground up. No information.
What level are you on now compared to the other teams? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm just focused on what we're doing every day at practice, and I'm just trying to fundamentally get every player that's there we just try to make them better football players and go from there. I'm not really worried about what everybody else is doing. I'm concerned about what we're doing.
And what are you doing?
Well, we're just what I said. We're trying to make every player fundamentally sound. We're not focused on playbooks. We're not focused on defenses. We're working on. We got a lot of young guys, old guys who need no matter what they say, they need to work on their fundamentals. So we work on the fundamentals of offense and defense and kicking game every practice.
Your goals this year?
Get better. My goals for any team I've coached is always the same. I don't have any high expectations. We just want to get better and better and better every practice. We want to get better and better every game and go from there, see what happens.
Thank you. Västerås, welcome to Superserien.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a little about Västerås Roedeers and the club?
We played in. My English isn't perfect.
We start from that.
Yeah, we've been undefeated in Division 1 for 3-4 years now. So it was time to take the step up to Superseries, and really looking forward to it.
What do you know about the teams sitting here?
Well, not that much. I've seen them, of course. I've seen them for a couple of years, and I've been watching a lot of films this winter. So I think I know what I need to know.
What are you best at? What are these teams gonna hear from you?
I won't tell you. No, it's the strongest. Probably the strongest part of the team is the defensive backs. So I think people are gonna have problem passing on us.
Any goals this year for the team?
Get one part of the Super Series and get better and see hur långt det räcker.
Any players you want to?
No, as I said, it's a team, and of course we got a pretty interesting quarterback from the States, James, really big guy. So I'm looking forward to see him play.
Eventually, what two teams are playing in the finals 6th of September?
Oh, that's a hard question. Västerås and Karlstad.
And the winner is?
Västerås, of course.
Exactly enough to say. What two teams are playing?
I think Karlstad has already proven that they're a solid team, but I think the Crowns have had a great off season. I think any one of these other teams, once you get to the playoffs, it's a crapshoot. So if the 4 teams that get in, that's why football is great, is the underdog can beat the powerhouse at any time. So I won't make any predictions, but the 2 top teams I see right now are those 2. I think Uppsala had a great offseason, but it comes down to injuries. It comes down to desire at the end of that season, who gets better as you go, and then the goal is getting the playoffs, and then it's a one game shoot. Right now we're all 0-0, so we feel really good. We really caught up to everybody. We expect to win every game. That's all I will say about that. You're up.
Me?
Yep.
You want me to make a projection?
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead.
I have no idea who Karlstad would be playing. No idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
But you're sure
I have no idea what their off seasons were like. I'm focused on what we're doing.
What makes Karlstad so good?
What makes them so good? Well, it starts up front. They're good up front. They've got the comp. I mean, what have they won the last 4? The last 5? 5? They've won the last 5. They beat everybody last year and the year before by 40 points. So you got to pick them.
A big hand for Limhamn, Västerås, and Stockholm Machines. So the pre-season so far, been good?
So far the preseason's been good. We've gotten a lot of good work in. It's been a lot of fun to get back to Sweden early this year and really help the guys get better physically in the weight room and really focus on some of the little things that you can't do during the season, get it done early on, and hopefully that pays off later on down the road.
What's your best side this season?
I mean, we're always known for having a good offense. I think we'll have another good season offensively. I think last year defensively we were a little up and down. We made some big plays, but we gave up some big plays. So being consistent is going to be a huge focus on what we do defensively. I'm going to be much more involved in the defense this year than I have been the last 2 years. So I think hopefully that pays off for us being successful.
What do you have to do better this year to make it a better year than last year?
I think the number one thing we got to do is offensively we have to take care of the football better. Although we can be explosive, last year we had too many games where the turnover factor was not in our favor. So that's something we're really focused on, is making better decisions with the ball. And defensively is the exact opposite. We're really getting after it and trying to get the football back for our offense.
Any other new players you want to be special about?
The new guys, I'm really excited about our offensive line this year. Of my fourth season with the Predators, and I think this is by far the best offensive line we'll have had. We've brought in 2 import players, an American and a Serbian, and I think that's something that we've missed in the past. And it's going to be really exciting to see how much better that makes us.
So we can some more goals this year.
That's always the goal. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Northside goals.
Yep.
What do you expect of the season?
I hope to build a team this year. Last year I'm new with the team, so last year they had another coach and they had a lot of ups and downs. They weren't that consistent, and that's why they brought in me to try to make this an elite program. So I've been working them really hard all winter, so we could have a good team, consistent team.
So what you have seen so far? Are you satisfied?
I'm impressed with the juniors that came up from last year, U19 players. They're going to be a big part of our team this year, and hopefully they're going to play many years ahead.
And your expectations this year?
A consistent team that comes to practice and works hard.
That will give you a place like?
I don't know. We'll see.
What about the new players? Not just from U19?
I have some players from Arlanda that are looking good, and have Kursbergen coming back from last year, linebacker. And we brought in a quarterback from California that I think is going to be really good for us.
What do you know about him?
I called an old friend of mine that had him in high school and told me this was the guy. So we'll see.
Thank you. 86ers. 5 coaches, new coaches. 4 are getting away, you are staying. Why 5 new coaches?
Well, I had a chance to coach in Croatia in 2012, and I tried this model out, and it really works. I was able to bring 4 guys with me for the first month. Scott Ricardo over there, Bob Hofer, David Patstone, and James Knorr. And they've been here a month. They're going to be able to stay for our first game, and it's given us a chance to really build a base to our program. And so, real pleased we're able to do that.
Been working together for a long time?
3 of them have been with me on staffs before, and James, I've met through coaching. He's been 12 years at another school, and actually, I'm going to put a little plug in for him right now. He's developed an app in coaching that I hope all my peers get a chance to look at. It's called CoachMate.com, and it's the next best thing to Huddle that's come along. And so I'd like all you guys, if you get a chance, meet James sometime.
What about the team? What you've seen so far?
Well, I really like the organization so far, and we've had 18 practices. Every time we've stepped in the field, we've got better, except once, and we had one downslide on one day, and that's the goal every year, is every time we go out to get better. And so I feel real good about where we are right now. We have 4 good imports that have come along, and I think they're going to help our football team. And so we're excited at this moment. And we were 5-5 last year, and that means there's room for improvement. And so that's our goal, is to better that.
Many new players,
Excuse me. Well,
How do you build the team?
every day it's a process, and we just we try to start from scratch on where they were, and we put in a new offense, kind of maintain a lot of the same defensive concepts they had, so we don't have too much change. I think offense is quite a bit different, and so it's just a process day to day, and we're doing a little team things, and we think we're getting close as a team, and that's important. Got 2 good quarterbacks have come in. Jeff Welsh over here. Jeff, stand up so they can see you. Jared Stegman from Australia's national team. Cameron Grad, a linebacker from Menlo College, a Division III team. Real good. And Strahina Stepovic. That's pretty good, isn't it, huh? We call him Serb, but a very fine receiver. He was in the league last year, and we're really pleased with him. So we think these are good additions to our team.
The SM final will be played here in Uppsala. It's not so far away. Will you be spectators or on the pitch?
Well, that's why we play all these games, to find that out. We're gonna do all we can to be in that game. So that'll be our goal.
Who are the favorites, as you see it?
Well, obviously, Karlstad's been 5 years there. I know they've hired a very good football coach, and Tyreso sounds like they're good. Just, it's all new to me, so I'm not going to make. I've watched film on everybody, but the teams are different coaches, so we're all going to find out a lot. Today's the first time we've met. It was nice to meet everybody, and we'll just line up and start going Sunday and find out.
So, who's playing the finals the 6th of September?
Karlstad.
Karlstad and
Uppsala.
who's winning?
The best team will win.
Yeah, who's playing the finals?
Oh, I think I'm going to put the pressure on the Tourist Roller Crowns. Coach Andreas has got a pretty good club. I think with all the offensive weapons they've brought in, they should be scoring, a lot of points this year. So it'll be exciting to see what they can do. Obviously, Karlstad's a very good team. We were able to get in the playoffs last year, and the goal for us is to get better again. And our goal is September 6th is to knock one of those teams off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A big hand from the Sweden. Randy, welcome to Sweden.
Thank you very much.
You arrived
Appreciate
today.
it. I did this morning.
From Norway.
From Norway.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Tell us about you. Where are you?
My coaching in Europe began in Italy. I coached for 6 seasons in the FIF league there. We've won three Super Bowls in 5 seasons there. So I packed up and took a chance to go to Norway to launch a new program, and that program didn't do too well. We just didn't have enough numbers, so we lost the program. And so I connected with Örebro, and here I am. Go to the Black Knights this season.
What do you know about Örebro as team and about Superserien?
Very little. I think I'll spend some time just making sure I get my feet planted here and understand the weapons that we have both offensively and defensively before I can really make a good assessment about how we're going to do, as a league, within the league, with the team.
So how many practicing times will you have before the league starts?
9.
9?
Yeah, 9 practices before kickoff.
And what will you focus on?
Both offense and defense and special teams. That's what we're going to focus on. Take it a day at a time and, practice at a time, just trying to make sure everybody gets to a competitive level. Yeah.
What kind of coach are you? Would you describe yourself?
If you're asking what kind of style of coach I am, I think the first word is consistent. I mean, you have to have players at each position playing their best. In other words, their capabilities are competitive enough to play against the top teams within the division. So I'm a pretty consistent kind of guy across both offense and defense. Yeah.
Tyresö lost in the semifinals last year.
Yes, sir.
How long did it take to come over that?
Well, I wasn't coaching last year, so and I knew I was going to take over as head coach. So for me, it was a learning process all the way. So trying to look at the things that we did good, try to keep them for this year, and look at the things that we didn't do so good. So trying to make some changes, to make it better, hopefully get past that hump.
If you compare last year's team to today's team?
Well, it's a different style, I think. We brought some really good kids in, and, we haven't lost that many. Got some kids from under 19. That's been a really good program for quite a few years for us. So we're thinking we're going to be competitive for this year.
What have you been practicing on, especially?
Well, we're trying to create our style of offense, and try to get that going as well. Obviously, it's ask a coach what you're working on. You're working on the three phases. Get the team together, get all the plays to be where it's supposed to be, get the kids to practice, and get everybody to lift and do all these things that you have to do in Sweden. So it's not nuclear science, I don't think. It's just being, like Coach said, it's being consistent.
A couple of new players from Uppsala.
Yes.
Coincidence or?
No, not really. We're trying to look at some good players, and we talked to a bunch of players about coming here, and that we've been contacted by quite a few. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So.
Get on good so far?
Absolutely.
Great. So eventually, Karlstad. Everybody's putting pressure on you. How about that feel?
Well, I guess it's nice to be on top rather than trying to be on the bottom and try to work your way up. So, that's a good thing, and it's a compliment to have that kind of thing. But, so we have to live with it. We kind of have a bullseye on our jersey, for lack of a better word.
How do you motivate the players?
Well, I hope that they are motivated themselves over the period of time. They've had success. They know what success is like, and they want to continue to be successful. So I think there's not as much motivation that way, other than obviously you don't want to get, this is an American expression, a fat cat, like we can win without even showing up. That's a danger in a team that's won a lot.
The semi-finals played here, but you wanted to be played in Karlstad.
Say that again.
You wanted to have the SM final in Karlstad, the champion.
Yes, we'd sure like to. I hope we can. You're talking the European Champions League? Yeah. Is that what you said?
No, I was talking about the SM final.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I read that you wanted it in Karlstad.
Yes.
So, why?
Well, it's nice to play in front of your home fans and to give them a treat. I think I know I didn't know quite what you're coming from, because you've had, in Stockholm last year? Yeah. This is just my spin. I don't want to hurt anybody, but sometimes it's nice to have the championship game played in the hometown of one of the two teams. Better draw, local interest. It's kind of a reward for them for having a team go that far.
So what two teams are playing in the SM final?
I don't know yet. That's two of them, like Mike Mitchell over there, and there's a couple of the other new ones in here. It's hard for me to make a prediction right now. Right now the players are getting used to me, and I'm having to get used to them, and so it's interesting to see. There's several teams obviously that had great seasons last year, and I'm hearing the reports right now. There are others working their way up.
What two teams are playing the final?
Well, we want to be one of them, but like everybody else says, it's a 10-game stretch. You practice to win. If you win every game, you're going to take you there. So, we've been in the semifinal, so we lost that twice. So we want to get over the hump, and that's our perspective on things. Make the next step and be better. Like all the coaches saying, be better at every practice. Try to elevate your game and all that kind of stuff. If you can do that consistently, you're going to be in pretty good shape. So
who are you playing?
Well, I think Karlstad is going to make it there.
Randy, impossible for you to say.
Yeah, no,
Give it a shot.
Hey, I certainly hope Örebro gets there. But however, I will be happy to get to the first week. And I'll also be happy to get all players healthy throughout the longevity of the season. And then we'll see where we land. So I think that's probably the best I can do right now, given the assessment.
Will we see any Norwegian or Italian players?
No, not this year. No, too late. Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps next year.
Perhaps. You never know. I won't rule it out, that's for sure.
Okay. A big hand for Karlstad. And that was about it from here.